Time for a little Bible trek. We're going to look at Colossians chapter 2, and it's an amazing passage. And I want to share you the beginning and the end, and then kind of connect those two things the way Paul does. Verse 9 talks about who Jesus is. Now, imagine for a minute, you've never heard this. This is what it says about Jesus. It says, in Christ, in Him, all the fullness of deity dwells bodily. Now, just let that sink in for a moment. In Jesus, His own body, all the fullness of deity dwells. Wow. As John 1:14 says, it says, the Word, God Himself, became flesh, and we have seen His glory. So that's who Jesus is. Then at the end, it talks about what Jesus has done. It says that in Jesus, we are forgiven. All of our trespasses are forgiven. Verse 14, it says, Jesus did this by canceling the record of debt that stood against us with its legal demands. Think of the debt that you owe to God and to His righteousness, His justice. You know, you are to love Him and to love one another perfectly, and we have fallen short. And so this record of debt has been, as I said, set aside because it's been nailed to the cross. And this is a cosmic thing. Not only, yes, like God can forgive us because of Christ on the cross, but verse 15, this is a victory over the cosmic powers. He disarmed the rulers and authorities and put them to open shame by triumphing over them in Him. It's amazing. It's like this, wow, this whole very, cosmic, huge thing is going on. It's like God becomes flesh, and God sets aside in His own cross the record against us. It seems so otherworldly. Yeah, the cross is definitely worldly. It's like, yeah, it's a piece of wood and a man on it. But how do we get that? Like 2022, right now? Well, Paul says, this is yours because, in verse 12, you've been buried with Him in baptism, in which you were also raised with Him through faith in the powerful working of God, who raised Jesus from the dead. And you get all this in our baptism. We're made alive again. And this is a very physical thing. It's God with water choosing to bring us this thing that Jesus has done on the cross. And so every day we can remember, I belong to Jesus. Like I am baptized into Christ. As it's been a gift that's given to me. So take those things, run with it. Hope your day is great.